Hi, I'm Charlotte Merrill, and this is our So Let's Be Friends podcast. This is a place where everyone belongs, and every story matters. Together we celebrate our differences, bring awareness to disabilities, and build a more inclusive and supportive world. One conversation at a time, let's open our hearts and listen with kindness.
I like when people ask me about my crutches because they can get to know me, and I like having friends, so let's be friends.
This life is beautiful, and you are wonderful.
Hi friends, and welcome back to So Let's Be Friends, where we talk about friendship, inclusion, and all abilities. I'm Charlotte, and today I get to visit with a special friend. I get to visit with my friend Michael from our Unified Special Olympics team, and his grandma, Maryann, who works with us at the non-profit bakery, Sweet Salvation, on our sourdough team. This is a big moment because this is Michael's first job, and now they are creating their own brand supported by the bakery.
Yay, congratulations.
Today we are talking about teamwork, first jobs, entrepreneurship, family, and what it means to belong. So let's be friends and get started. Michael and Maryann, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Michael, and this is my grandma.
Hi, I'm Maryann. I work with Michael, and even though I don't really talk about my disabilities, I've been disabled since I was a young child with rheumatoid arthritis, but I had a grandma who always said to me when I said I can't do something, she said, you can, you gotta try it.
I love that. That's my favorite. My grandma said the same thing. All right, Michael, do you want to tell us a little bit more?
Michael, can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Well, I have quite a few disabilities. I have problems with my feet. I have to wear splints, and I also can't see very good, so I have to wear special glasses that help me see. And I also have autism and ADHD and stuff like that, but yeah.
Thank you.
Michael is on our Special Olympics Unified team, and he's pretty amazing. He runs fast and plays basketball and does all kinds of wonderful things.
He's a cool friend and a cool teammate.
Yep.
I love it. Okay.
I love it. Michael, how did you meet the Merrills?
I met them when I first started Special Olympics, and they've helped me a lot over the years that I've been with them, that they can help me to better, but they can help me a lot more with my disabilities, and I'm actually learning a lot and how to deal with those with the best of my ability. And yeah, they've helped a lot.
Thank you. Do you mind if I share some? Michael's one of the reasons we actually got the bakery going. We just opened up Sweet Salvation Bakery. It's an all-inclusive bakery. It hires those of all abilities. And we specifically did that because we have 3 children with special needs with cerebral palsy. It's been hard to find jobs for our children as they're going into adulthood. So instead of putting my energy into constant advocating and pleading with people to give my child a job, I reached out to a few others on our Special Olympics team, Michael and Desiree and Maryann and several others that are on our team that have some great skills, and asked if they wanted to be part of an all-inclusive bakery. And so it's been really neat to get to see Michael going from doing sports and learning how to be, learn different skills there with sports and teamwork, and moving that into a job setting, a bakery setting. So we're excited to have him and his grandma and share their talents and skills with us.
Yeah, Michael, what did it feel like when you got your first job at the bakery?
I would say that when I first got the bakery job, that it made me happy because I was struggling to find a job, and all the places that I applied to were saying either that they weren't hiring or they already filled all their positions. And it's like, it got to the point where I was down on my luck and everything trying to find a job until the bakery had opened. And then it's like a window or a door opened, and I've been working with the bakery ever since.
Awesome, thank you. Okay. When did you and your grandma decide to start your own sourdough brand?
Well, my grandma had been making her own sourdough before for a while, and I just recently started helping with making the bread, and she helped a lot with designing my logo and everything for my company. And then pretty soon, Everything Sourdough by Michael was into being. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. What is your favorite part about making sourdough?
I would say that my favorite part is the stretch and folds, and with the stretch and folds, you're helping the bread rise faster, and it's quite a process. It involves stretching the sourdough and then folding it over on top of the other side of it, and yeah.
Do you mind if I share with
Thank
them?
you.
And this is Anna Merrill, Charlotte's mother. I forgot to introduce myself at the beginning, but this is my favorite part of what we're doing with inclusion, because so many people in this world do have disabilities, but we forget that past their disabilities, they have other amazing abilities, that they have more knowledge on some things, because before I met them, I didn't know what stretch and folds meant. And so that's what I think is so interesting. I love hearing him talk now, because I have learned a lot since August 1st when we bought the bakery. I knew where sourdough was. I knew where to find the best sourdough when I went to, bakeries and other places. But that's all I knew was how to buy it. And I actually, before we opened the bakery, I would get some delicious sourdough from Maryann, and that's how I knew that they made it, because they would share, their love of making it with others. And so, and I guess I just want to say there that it doesn't mean I have a disability in something specific just because I don't understand how to make sourdough. And that's where I want to, kind of come away from disabilities and recognize people's abilities, because we get so focused on the disability that we forget how much knowledge people have and wisdom with what they've learned and what they know. And so they know how to do stretch and folds and make sourdough better than anybody I know. So I just think that's really important to recognize what he does know and the talents he has. So
I believe that the disabilities are like our superpowers, our gifts.
They are, and they make you become stronger, right?
Yep.
I agree with that as well. Okay.
Me too.
How does it feel to see people enjoy what you help make?
It's a good experience to know that people are actually enjoying my bread that I helped my grandma make. Yeah, it makes me really happy when other people are happy.
Tell us what your name of your brand is again, because you kind of said it earlier, but I want you to repeat it.
Everything Sourdough by Michael is the name of my brand.
And he has a really cool baker's hat. I wish he wore it today. I should have asked him to wear it.
Yes, I do.
Next time, what new skills have you learned since working with the bakery?
Well, I've learned to overcome my fears and all this other stuff, and getting past my disabilities and my fear of using an oven. Now I have special tools, and I'm learning how to use the scale and measure out how much ingredients I need. And I'd say I wouldn't be here without my grandma's help.
Can you tell us, maybe help us understand what a special tool would be? Because I know we buy special tools for Charlotte as well to use in the kitchen. Like some accessibility tools, is that what you're talking about?
I would say that it's more like oven mitts and stuff, so that way I don't get burned.
Okay.
Which
I know for Charlotte we had to get her like a special knife, more of a rocker knife, things like that, because she doesn't have the strength to hold on one end of the knife. Do you have to have any special tools or little adaptations your grandmother's helped you do to help you understand on what to do in when you make your bread? Maybe Grandma can answer that one.
Well, we got Michael a digital scale with very large numbers on, so he can see. He was having a lot of problems trying to use measuring cups and seeing the amounts. So with the digital scale with big numbers, he's able to measure in grams, and then that way it's a lot more accurate. And for cutting bread, he has a special knife that he also uses. It looks like a saw blade actually, but it helps him with that. And then we have bought very large oven mitts that are more like welder gloves, because Michael had a fear of trying to put things in and out of the oven because he was just scared of it, and now he's not.
Good.
Perfect. That's exactly right. I love the adaptions. Okay.
Me too.
Okay, number
What has been...
Sorry again, I talked at the same time. Sorry, go ahead.
What has been the hardest part, and what helps you keep going?
Well, as I've mentioned, the hardest part for me would be getting over my fears of using the oven, and also learning how to use measurements. But ever since I got those oven mitts and the scale, I haven't really been having problems, but I'm going to say that that's what's been helping me a lot.
Sounds like your grandma keeps you going when it gets hard.
Yes, she does.
Good.
Thank you. What would you tell someone with special needs who wants a job but feels nervous?
I would say don't be afraid, because you can do a lot if you follow your dreams, and also with God's help you can accomplish anything, because you don't have to be nervous, because the Bible says, "Fear not, for I am with you." And that's a true statement. He is always with you, so you don't have to be nervous.
Wow, that was powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
And I try to teach my kids, if they do their best, things will line up and people will be in the right spot for them. And I think it's important to find the right support, right?
Right.
So that's what we find with our Special Olympics Unified and now the bakery, that we give each other support.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
Maryann, what did it mean to you when Michael got his first job?
Well, I was really excited. Michael had been looking for a job for a long time and wasn't very successful. So this job opened up, and it was right there where it needed to be for Michael. And it's been a wonderful experience.
We're glad to have him meet on our bakery team.
It is a blessing. It's fun to have him.
Yep.
And you both.
How did the idea for your sourdough brand come to life?
Well, I had already been making sourdough for a while, and I didn't even know that Anna had got the bakery, and I was giving her some sourdough bread because she's been so kind and good for the Special Olympics. And then she let me know, and we learned about getting a cottage license, which you get from the state of Arizona, so you can cook in your home. And you also have to get a food handler's card. And we went from there. Michael and I started working together to make the bread. And then the bakery was a great opportunity for Michael to sell his bread. And we could help out with the Special Olympics. And also Michael was helped tremendously from the bakery. And so then we started talking about a name, and Michael came up with his name of Everything Sourdough by Michael.
And he does make everything sourdough. The creative, artistic breads they bring in are so delicious, and they sell quickly.
Yeah.
People love getting his brand. They come in and ask for Michael's bread.
Yep, they do. Thank you. What kind of changes have you seen in Michael since he started working?
I've seen quite a few changes in Michael. One is he's a little bit more attentive. He's learned how to use the scale, how to use the oven, which he was really afraid of. He seems to really enjoy it, so therefore I can keep his attention a little bit longer. And he's just overall happier, and he's really excited about this job and what he can do with it.
Awesome.
I know when he delivers the bread, he has a big smile on his face, and he loves to stock the shelves, and everybody gets excited to see Michael when he walks in the bakery. So he brings a lot of good to the bakery, and we love it. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. What does supported employment mean to you as a grandmother?
It means a lot to me. Without the bakery supporting Michael and his disabilities and helping Michael every step of the way, even providing someone to come and talk about how to build a business and create logos. Without the support of the bakery, we could not be where we are today with making the sourdough bread.
Thank you. It's been fun. We've been teaching classes at the bakeries, what she's talking about, promoting, just more entrepreneurship ideas and getting his own brand. So it's not just him working at the bakery, but he gets to be known for what he does, and people want to find out who Michael is and what he does and how good his bread is. So, and Maryann we don't want to overlook Maryann because she has such a skill with the sourdough, and without Maryann, without his grandma, none of this would be happening with the sourdough, because she's the one that's been teaching him and encouraging him and working hands-on with him. So Michael, I don't know, do you want to talk a little bit why he doesn't work in the bakery, why we have a different model for Michael? And we did follow, the cottage license model, but he doesn't work in the bakery specifically. He works at home with his grandma in an approved health kitchen.
Yes, Michael works at home. It's a lot less distractions, and it's easier for me to work with Michael because Michael's been with me most of his life, and I know what triggers Michael to get upset or to walk off or to just not be focused whatsoever. And so working at home, it's less distractions, and it's very helpful for Michael because it's an environment that he's used to being in, and Michael's used to being with me. So, and it just, that's why he works at home. And it's very well for Michael, and I think that it would be very difficult for him to work outside of a familiar environment and not be distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And so that's what we do with the supportive employment, is we meet each individual where they're at and what they need to become successful and find what their skills are. So thank you for being very supportive of that for Michael in return. Appreciate that.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you guys.
What have you learned about inclusion by working side by side with your grandson?
Well, probably first and foremost, I've learned a lot of patience. I've learned Michael has different abilities. I have different abilities. Everybody has different abilities. So I've learned a lot about working with Michael side by side on what he's better at, a better way of getting him motivated to do something. It's made me a more humble person, and like I said, I've learned a lot of patience.
I think that's what we all learn within relationships, working together, right? Is patience with each other.
Yeah.
I think it's neat to see what people's
Patience
strengths
is
are.
a big thing for all kinds of people.
Yep, especially when we're in the teaching area, right? Trying to teach people how to do things. Right,
Yeah.
Charlotte?
Yes.
Well, thank you for your patience, because you're right, that's what it does take to teach and to love each other and support each
Yeah.
other.
Yep.
If we dump the flour everywhere, we clean it up, throw it away, and try again, right?
Yep.
I can't tell you how many batches we've ruined at the bakery teaching and learning together. So,
Yeah.
okay.
It costs a lot of money, but
Yep, the mistakes
patience
cost money.
is worth it.
Yeah, what happens when you're patient, though, Charlotte? Even with all the mistakes, what happens when you're patient? Do you learn?
Yeah.
Do you get better?
Yes.
So,
You'll get better by making mistakes.
yep, and going again, right?
Yeah.
And being patient, not just with each other, but with ourselves.
Yes.
Good.
What advice would you give to families hoping for have first job opportunity?
I would give the advice that you should find something that you're interested in, because if you're interested in something, you're probably going to try harder at it. I would give to the advice that if you're not successful the first time, don't give up. I think that you just got to keep seeking the thing that you're interested in. And if you make a mistake, you just, like we just talked about, you need to be patient with yourself and continue. If it's something you like to do, you should put as much effort as you can into it. And know that, they say practice makes perfect.
Yes, lots of practice makes you, what do you say, Charlotte, about perfect?
Practice makes it awesome, exciting.
Awesome. Practice makes awesome. We try to take perfect
Yeah.
out of it because we can't aim for perfect.
We're not all
true.
perfect.
Yep. So practice makes awesome. Practice makes perfect. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe with some advice for families getting their first job. So maybe some advice, like Maryann is a team with Michael. We were getting a job for Charlotte at Lowe's, and they hired her, and we were super excited. This was a while ago. And we found that supporting her of getting her first job, me as a mother going in with her, supporting her independence as much as possible, but being available to, human resources or her bosses if they had a question and they couldn't figure out how to explain something to Charlotte. We would try just with Charlotte first, right? Do you guys agree with that? Mm-hmm. But if they struggled communicating with Charlotte or Charlotte couldn't do it, we were kind of a team. It wasn't just Charlotte trying to communicate on her own with them. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense, Charlotte? Mm-hmm. Do you like that? We were on a group text with the human resources, her boss, Charlotte and I, so they could help Charlotte be successful, and I was really grateful for them wanting to see her success and independency. So sometimes I was just kind of a shadow in the background, and they kept me there, and then if they needed me, then they would reach out to me. But I think having that support team of a grandma or a mom or a friend, whether you're an adult or a young adult, having that support to help people understand what you're trying to explain, because sometimes that's part of the disability, is that communication ability. So I don't know, it's kind of with any first job opportunity, having that team to support you, not just trying to do it all the way by yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. I would want to talk to both of you about these questions. What is the funniest thing that's happened while making sourdough together?
I see Michael laughing.
I would say for my funniest moment is when you get so busy doing something that you forget about your bread that's rising and it overflows the container and it's going all over the place. I think that's kind of funny, actually.
I just find it funny that even if I wear an apron and roll up my sleeves, somehow I get sourdough all over me.
Especially if it's overflowing everywhere, right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
What does it feel like as a business partners, as grandma and grandson?
I think it's really cool being able to work alongside my grandma. She's helped me a lot over the years, and it just feels good to be able to help her also.
Thank you. I like working with Michael because I know him very well, and I can overlook a lot of things because it's Michael, and it just helps us to grow closer together as grandson.
That's really special. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be supported by the bakery to grow your brand?
I would say it's an awesome experience knowing that my team is behind me and my grandma as we're working on starting this brand and gaining more customers, and it always makes me happy that more and more people are showing up and saying that they want to try my bread, and it's really good seeing the smile on people's faces.
I'm just really grateful for the bakery because I don't think we would have accomplished this without their help. And I think they're just a wonderful group of people. They're very helpful, and I can't say anything more than I am so thankful for them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to add to that. It's been really fun to watch them join the team and the creativity that's come out of it. Because sourdough, I think it's become my favorite bread, not just because it's healthier, but because there's so much artistic to it. And I'm an artist, and so I love seeing.
And it's yummy.
And it's yummy, yes. But the sculpting, oh my goodness, if you could see their pumpkin bread, I wish I might even see if I can slide a picture into this of her pumpkin bread. It's beautiful. It looks like a loaf of bread pumpkin. It's the shape of a pumpkin with a cinnamon stick out the top, and it's beautiful. We bought 2 of them from Michael for our Thanksgiving, and they were 2 of our centerpieces. And it was fun to have them as a centerpiece, and then at the end of dinner, everybody cut into them with the pies and got to enjoy them. And they're beautiful, and one of the latest ones they've come out with is their sampler one. So they have 4 samples, the same size as a regular big Dutch oven old-fashioned loaf of sourdough bread, but 4 in the place of that. And so it's fun for people to come in and get to sample. They've enjoyed the samplers. So just seeing the creativity that's come between Michael and his grandma and new ones that they've come in with, it's exciting to see just the ideas expand with their brand. So thank you for letting us be a part of that.
Oh, thank you.
What would your future dream be for your sourdough?
I would say that my future dream would be to eventually start my own bakery and expand to where I'm working at different bakeries, selling my product and getting it out there. And yeah, I think that would be really cool.
Michael's brand everywhere. Not just everything, but everywhere.
Right.
I like that.
My dream, mostly for Michael, is that he be able to, from beginning to end, produce his own loaves of sourdough and be self-sufficient.
That's what we all want as parents and grandparents for our children, isn't it? To be self-sufficient. That's my goal. That's very good, thank you. That's what I hope, that they can run the bakery by themselves. Be self-sufficient, right, Charlotte?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What are you most proud of right now?
I would say that I'm most proud of myself and how far I've come and how far this business has gone. And it's an awesome experience knowing that my grandma was the one that helped me with starting that.
I'm proud of Michael, and I'm proud that even though it's difficult sometimes, he keeps trying his best, and he's just doing really good.
Good job, Michael. We're all proud of you. We're
good
excited.
job,
Thank you.
Michael.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing your story today. This story reminds us all that everyone has gifts to share with the world, no matter what, abilities or disabilities. Inclusion grows when we love, believe in people, offer support, and open doors to possibilities. Until next time.
So let's be friends.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
If you're listening, thank you for being a part of this. We are excited to share more stories and more truth and more love in every episode. Until next time, love one another, and like I say, so let's be friends.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Good job, you guys.